DJ Quincy began his career as young Quincy. He is an international multi-genre DJ, entertainer and innovator. Born to a Sierra Leonean father and an Indian Jamaican mother, Quincy's upbringing in London was infused with the rich sounds of Black British culture. Growing up in Peckham before settling in West London, Quincy's journey through the music industry has been remarkable. Quincy has left an undeniable mark on the British music scene. At the tender age of 10 years old, alongside his brother and renowned artist now known as Giggs, Quincy co-founded the youngest UK rap group to have a signed deal in America. His early exposure to the music industry, from going to America as a child, solidified his commitment to pursuing a music career. This dedication made Quincy a prominent DJ on Choice FM, now known as Capital Extra, for 5 years, showcasing his talent and passion for music. His talents, however, extended far beyond the booth. As a rapper, he collaborated with Vybz Kartel and Devious, securing his lyrical reputation in the music industry. DJ Quincy's work with Jamaican artists like Baby Sham and Bounty Killer exemplifies Quincy's global reach and influence in the music industry. Hosting exclusive performances by these artists in his own home speaks volumes about Quincy's stature and respect within the music community. His recent collaboration with UK artist Scraps on his new album release further solidifies his reputation and position as a sought-after DJ. From performing in Ayia Napa since 2006 to traversing the globe with his music, Quincy's journey is a testament to his talent, resilience and commitment to pushing the boundaries of the music industry. DJ Quincy's story is not just about the music, it's about the connections he forges, the joy he brings and the artistry he champions, making him a true force in the world of music. You are locked in to the KMT podcast.
Thank you all for tuning in to KMT podcast. We are here with DJ Quincy. Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
How do you feel being here today?
Grateful and thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, I think we'll get straight into how you became DJ Quincy. I know you started off as young Quincy. Please tell us more, like how did it all start?
You said young Quincy. Well, it didn't start off as young Quincy. That was a name I made up, I think, probably when I was like 29 or something like that, because I started doing music again later on in it. So yeah. But what do you want to know, like how I got into music, like overall?
Yeah, I know all about when you started. You was the first rap group.
Yeah.
First UK signed rap group. Okay. What age was you when you done that?
Well, I think I was 9 going into 10.
Tell us a bit about that, because I know you was with Iconic Star Giggs doing that. Obviously, I know you was really young.
Yeah.
Tell us how you got into that and like how it all started.
Well, around school times, I guess, like when you go in school, after school you'll come out, go home, change, and go out and play. When you go out and play, at that age you don't really know no one in particular, but there's so much children in the area, you're just talking to everybody. And then what I was finding out that there was some youth club in the ends called the Youth Club, Arc Youth Club, innit? That was on a Wednesday and Friday. Yeah.
So what was it like when you was there? Like, who did you interact with?
Kids, innit? Like I said, when I first went out and played, I didn't have no friends like that straight away because I didn't actually live in Peckham. I just moved to Peckham, and in that particular time, I lived in West London at the time, and I just get talking in it. But in youth club, you can imagine there's no internet those times. So there's none of these things that all the kids got now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Literally, like those times.
So you're meeting up at this time on this road.
Yeah. But then, and in the club, but in the club itself, in there, like, the activities, touch base on it, there's no internet things. So there's no PS5. There might have been maybe, I don't know if Mega Drive came out yet, then with a Nintendo.
So when you was in the youth club,
how
did you get introduced to music? Where did you see music? Like what inspired you?
Yeah.
When you heard music?
Yeah, well, as I said, in there, because there's no internet, they'll have music. They always played music in there. You know what I mean? And that particular youth club, not a black and white thing, but there was black staff there, innit? Peckham as well. So there's like a vibe. So there's always like a vibe. Like the adults kind of knew to just have music on in the background. But it's not everywhere in your phones and that. They just had music in the background. So yeah, there's music in the background. And like, it's just different music as well. They'll play a lot of different music. But I'm guessing it was more black music then because we're getting introduced to like whatever's playing hip hop, raga at the time, which is bashment now, dancehall, Yeah, so there, it's the music.
And that gave you your first insight into music.
Yeah, I guess so.
So how did the rap group? How did you form it? How did it start?
Well, in the youth club. Funny enough, actually, when I first started going there, my brother, My brother at the time, you know, Marcus, he was part of this rap group as well. But he spends time in Birmingham as well. So when I first went, he wasn't here yet. So even when I first started going to the youth club, I made friends with Gigs and some other people. Yeah, he wasn't there yet. But then he found out we was going there, then he started coming. So then, you know, making friends with people and that it didn't naturally happen because none of us didn't have music in our minds. So when I actually literally say go into that youth club, the music playing in the background, and music at home, because my dad does music as well. That's another thing, but you know what I mean. That wasn't so much his influence. Came up same way, but his music's different to what I'm talking about. So yeah, going there, but then with Gigs and a few other people at their house, you know, they had all the music. Like, I'll be honest.
When you said all the music, do you mean the musical equipment or the actual records?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That you go to his house, his mum and dad like go record shop and have records in the house, and they weren't DJs though. They just played like they'll play a record in the house. You know what I mean? Everyone's round or whatever. And so you're saying, right, like your music. But even his stepdad was a singer as well. So his stepdad used to sing. You know what I mean? He used to be a reggae singer. So in a way, we're just kind of like, you know, seeing these things. But then the music for me, and then that group or whatever, it was something at the youth club where they said that, you know, there's a competition in the local borough for some of the youth clubs around the borough to make a song up and then enter this competition. And then whoever wins that gets to make a record. And I swear to you, at the time, none of us ever thought we was rappers. Trust me, none of us, we weren't on that. It was literally being young, going youth club, and then going to our man's yard and just being out on Peckham, just every day normal. And we said, you know what, let's just try a thing. Our parents, well, my parents didn't write the lyrics, but they kind of overlooked it. Because, you know, man went home and said, right, I'm writing the lyrics, innit, for some song. And like, what do you mean write lyrics? So when I'm talking or writing, I can't remember if it was my stepmom or my dad, but a few words I might have said to them, how do you spell that? Or does that sound good? Something like that. I think I remember even like Gigs and them. I remember when he probably was writing, he probably did the same thing around whoever he's around. So yeah, it was trust me, all literally natural.
So you
not
wrote
knowing.
the lyrics, you've got all the lyrics down, and then you've gone back to your youth club, given them the lyrics, and what have they said?
Well, yeah, it was mad because I think they got us a music teacher. So we ended up going to is it Bellenden? I think it's that school. We used to go there on a Saturday and do music. With some black man called Fitzroy, but he used to do drums and stuff like that. So then when we went there, it's not studio, you know, the man's playing the drums. He's playing drums, and we used to sit there and rap and do whatever. And then
Did you like that?
Yeah. Listen, it's mad because, like I said, when you're that age, there's nothing else going on. So it's almost something what got put in front of us, and we was interested in it. And just it was just out of interest, and at the same time learning it. Yeah, well, yes, I said, yeah, we've done some rehearsing, and I mean, like I said, they kind of half taught us things, you know. Obviously, we knew what we was doing to a certain extent because we always have to be natural in something. But at the same time, like I said, we're learning it. So they're teaching us how to, you know,
at that stage,
rap to drums.
What was your skill at that stage? What did you...
In
your group?
No one had more skill than anybody.
No, not saying anyone had any high skill, but what was your skill?
Well, I was rapping, yeah. I was definitely a rapper. We was all kind of up front, I guess, you know. But when I look back at it and just the way I feel now when doing music, I probably, you know, was definitely determined, you know. I probably was determined in the back of it. But I was definitely, you know what I mean, you learn, innit? So how can I put it? Probably humble and patient going through it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And because I'm always in that way, I think it always keeps me interested. And, you know, yeah, I think it's that. You know what I mean? And that's what it was then. So I think, yeah, you could say the determination was then.
How did you end up in America?
Back in the day?
With your rap group. How did from writing the rap lyrics, from going home, telling your parents about it, and then recording in Bellenden Road School, how did you end up signing a record contract in America? Because
when we entered the competition and went there, even when we done it in the day, there's so much different groups there. We never did it, you know. And like I said, I keep going back to this humble and patient thing because sometimes, you know, like most people sometimes, like, they don't know how to handle any little thing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're going to the competition. Of course, we're excited about it, but literally, when we finished doing the performance and it came to everyone getting thing, you know, judged or whatever.
So was it a competition?
Yeah, it was a competition.
So you won the competition. And the winner, what did the winner receive?
The winner was to get a record deal, yeah. Okay. And when we won it, at first I didn't feel it was gone. It was a bit like, raw, and then, yeah. But it was just, yeah. It just,
did that show you how life can go from it?
It did. But then, like I said, I think it's the times we're in. And in a mad way, you know, I'm kind of glad nowadays I'm getting to speak about these things because these feelings, it's like, I try to speak of them, And I swear to you, because there was nothing like there is now. Like most people get opportunities now, and when you see people straight away with a song on the internet, it's so easy to upload a video or anything. It's like, it's like those times, it's more or less like it's unheard of. You know what I mean? So in a way, man was, definitely excited and happy, but it was still like, raw, this is actually happening. You know what I mean?
Quite overwhelming.
Yeah. But then all now you look back and say, raw, that actually happened. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? For that time, because it was kind of more or less random.
With that happening, how that impact?
Well, you know what I mean? My childhood growing up, a different topic, you know what I mean? Because obviously, you heard me say I moved from West London to Peckham, so in the background of everything, you know what I mean? Like when I was a child, obviously. So I moved here when I was 7, at the ends. But it was, some time there.
So from that, did you know your life?
Okay, well, I'll be honest, God showed me that. Because no matter what I was going through, when I was moving up and down, going through what I was going through when I was young, music is always in the background. And the funny thing about music, like music's literally everywhere. It's in everything. Understand? So sometimes to me, music replaces literally, like it can replace a friend, it can replace family, it replaces money, it replaces everything for me because it's just always there, and that's one thing.
Is music your therapy?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely is, man. Trust me, it is. And then again, music. I got a love and hate thing with music. Trust me. My project was probably at school, because at school is when I discovered I wanted to be a DJ then, for real, and the way it happened quick for me, it happened quick, like in year 10, year 11, probably more than I knew. Keep saying there's no internet. And I have to say that, guys, because when there's no internet, that means there's no internet. There's no social media. You know what I mean? That means there's no social media. That name, Young Quincy, is something I wish I didn't invent it. But how can I say it, Sasha?
Why did you say that?
Because Young Quincy never came until 28. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Remember, I was 9, 10 when I started music, innit?
Yeah.
So when I was 28 is when I created that nickname, Young Quincy. You know what I mean? Well, you could call me that because I literally was Young Quincy from 9 years old, so we do music. You get it? Yeah.
How was it working with people that they seem now judged by the mass?
Well, I try my best never to get mixed up in that stuff. Because firstly, for me, it's music. And music, I always have a rule in music, for myself anyway. I can't make anything what's going to go against music in my world, because music is my world. So see, when it's like, and I know music's got a lot of things tied to it. So then look, if I know that something, like certain artists has got some stigma towards them or whatever, you don't get involved. Anyone with common sense, will try to avoid that. But then I would never know, because, I work.
Does that get in the way of you being a DJ? Does that get in the way of you promoting music that you like?
Well, if you're saying
the backstory of what's created in the media, does that affect how you put your music out?
What do you mean, backstory of what?
Like say when it comes to artists, we're living in a world now where social media jump onto any kind of particular element of your life and run with it so bad. 100,000 people in the comments. Like, how does that feel when you are playing your music? Do you take those things into consideration when you're playing your music and when you're putting your music out?
Okay, not really. No, I don't, because like I said, it's like man's done this thing from a long time ago, and it's nowadays when you realize that. You know what I mean? So for me, in the 90s when we were doing whatever I was doing, even in the competition, people in there might have thought we didn't look the part, sound the part. So for me, I never care about someone's opinion. Never. Yeah. I never care.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'm not even calling no names, but me and probably some other people as well got a big part to play in music, man. You know what I mean? We were one of the first. Exactly. And it's not just that. We was evidently one of the first people to do music innocently, without any, anything where nowadays could say fake or just anything, And I'm not saying people are fake, but we're coming from then. So how can I put it then? We don't need, no one has to give man support, and no one has to believe that and, feel that way. But sometimes, all the time, you can't go against history. It's in front of you. So we've been out here. So I can't always say who's going to be the best rapper or what sounds good or what doesn't sound bad. But over the years, evidently, if it were DJing, if it were artists like you said I've worked with, but the history, man, like more time, we never miss, we never miss with a grime artist, a rap artist, a Jamaican artist, we've never missed so far. So, and it's not about, you see, like, it's not about, oh, we done that. We just did that, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We did that. And nowadays as well, yeah, I think I need to verbally more say it, because I think they're getting twisted more of how I look, Sash. True. You know, I'm not saying I look young, but sometimes they see that, oh, you can't figure him out. He just always looked like that. But they don't realize how much years has gone. God's been good to me. That's what I'll say, because God first before everything. And in the industry, nowadays, I don't know what to call the industry, because I used to look at the industry and I've given my whole life and soul to a certain extent to the industry. You know what I mean? Like, without me even saying yes or no, I've wanted to get out and do music. I've wanted to DJ. I've wanted to interview artists. I've wanted the best for producers. I wanted the best for the white artists.
Do you feel that it's not reciprocal?
Well, in which way? Because, like you said,
like coming from as a DJ, you put up songs.
Yeah.
You play music from the artist before anybody hears it.
Definitely.
So it's in your job description. But as a DJ, who puts you on?
Yeah.
Do you feel that the industry's been good to you in relation to supporting your work?
Well, I'll say like this, you know. I just always remember the days of the artists when I see them and see them trying, you know, really trying. And to me, it reminded me of when I was young, when I was writing those lyrics for that competition. I said to myself, look at these artists trying. Look at my brothers trying. I don't know these brothers. I remember being on the block in Peckham, 100 youths around me. You know, we're all coming from the same area. We're all in the same place, trying to make it, or hope to be somebody. So, you know, I need to call no names. That's out there who know in their heart that I was there and saw that, and always show that energetic, selfless, passionate support towards them, you know. That, yeah, you know, a lot of them, you know, don't really show that same
love back.
Yeah, you know, selfless and love back. But let me see, it's not a gift to receive thing. And you see, whatever I hope to leave here is simply what I've always showed people. Yeah, support one another. You know, it's free. You know, and it's natural. And then,
but do you feel like what I feel about the industry, the music industry, that obviously you have that, and then the DJ that plays the artist, their line of like, they have like put in you don't get put on basically.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
Yeah, of course.
So you have to like be of a certain personality to be able to relax on knowing that you've put people on. Yeah. So how does it make you feel knowing that artists like Vibes Cartel, like to me, when that was like how long? 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
To me, I loved you on that show because I was listening to music that I knew the artist first time ever. Like, it wasn't like social media now where you get music for the first time on an app. Yeah. Like, this was literally, you had to hear it.
And one of the biggest stations as well at the time. Yeah.
So how did that impact your life?
Well, that was a very life-changing point in my career, you know, at that time. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was paid for that store, you know. And
so that must have been like a real financially rewarding.
Yeah, it was, because I started radio in 96, you know. 1996 I started radio. You know what I mean? Up to this day, I still record a guest show for BBC One Extra, you know. And I'm very grateful for the guest show, you know. But I always ask myself, how come now I don't have a show, you know? I've been doing guest shows for BBC since 2003. Bro, I've shown that, haven't I? I've done it for 20 years as a guest. You know what I mean? A guest, you know what I mean? So these things, they make you stronger and they keep you going, because, you know, without me having to say, you know, patient and humble, loyal, you know, like, it just shows within my work, you know, it just always shows within the work, you know what I mean? And nowadays, some people go on podcasts, sometimes lie or just to tell stories about other people, you know. I'm kind of glad for the opportunities, you know, like even this one, because I don't really like doing podcasts. I don't really go in them too much places and go in everybody's thing unless I feel it's genuine, you know. And, you know, for ages we've been speaking about doing this, and I'm glad I'm here to support it today. So, you know what I mean, I wish you all the best going forward with your podcast. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Where do you feel that your music has taken you to its peak? What area of your life would you say, this is where I feel most comfortable?
You know what? I'm glad you're talking like that now, because at my age now, I can feel and see where, you know, the love for DJ Quincy sound is, you know. When you're saying talking about music, we can talk about two different aspects, Sasha, because you see, when it comes to my, you know, I've achieved so much in that and I'm very grateful for it. You know what I mean? But, you know, to where the industry, you could probably say then concern, and you maybe say an artist and that. You know, I don't know if everybody know this, but it's not even saying financially, you know, but there's places and things I would very much love to achieve, you know. And these things more or less get done the same way I did it, you know. I'll play this guy's song on that radio station, or Artist the Choice FM, you know, go to Jamaica and play that artist, you know, go to America, or tell the artist maybe get that feature, or
they love you.
Yeah, we'll go to that video shoot. It enhanced their career. But sometimes I'm here, you know, I get the odd invitation sometimes, or, you know, sometimes the odd, you know, half a like on my Instagram or something like that, or half a share.
So why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
I don't know. And just to finish it off, like I said, I don't expect it. But like I said, to reach to certain places sometimes, especially in the world we're in right now, sometimes it's good to just show that raw, you know, Quincy, man. You know what I mean? That's our guy, man. I remember when we was coming up and nothing was going on, and even though Quincy's not on One Extra and he's not on the big radio station there, at least he's not commercial like that, but he always plays their music. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm about to go there in a couple of weeks. But I've got a festival to go there for, Carry On Comedy, actually, CLC.
How many years?
I started going up in 2007, you know. 2007 I've been going there. And lucky enough for me, because he was asking me actually, which countries, and we went off topic. Ayia Napa, yes, I'm going there in a couple of weeks. Ayia Napa, Cyprus is definitely a big part of my career, because I went there 2007. And I can actually say this by myself, yeah? And obviously my little circle, big up those who know groups and a couple of other people. So this is don't take it that way. Quincy Sound, shall I say, special delivery. We brought the movement there, man. Literally. When I brought it there, I brought it in the midst of the island being garage and grime and dance and maybe R&B, not dancehall, yeah? And not even so much rap the way I had it, you understand? You know what I mean? Because when I went 07, 08, you know what I mean? Big up Skepta now, big up Skepta, big up JME, and big up Boy Better Know, big up Big Sam, big up Frisco, yeah? And the reason why I have to big them up because I'm real, and Skepta made me his resident in 2008. That's why I went there in 2008. So basically, Skepta had his own night every Saturday called Boy Better Know every Saturday, right? And he had asked me, he saw me play in 2007. That's why I met him. And he saw me play and he said to me, great, you know what I mean? And obviously, I rate their team. He said to me, fam, you're coming up in 2008, I would like it to be my resident. I have to big him up because those times there, I was still building my name. And he called me to do dancehall, you see?
And those opportunities, how were they making you feel at that time, knowing that you was on the come up?
Well, you see, you asked me questions before about, you know, feeling about the industry and stuff like that. I couldn't say that I'll be upset at the industry because, how can I say, for all of my making, I've come up with everybody who was making it. So you can kind of see where I say I'm humble and patient, and I don't expect no one to look back. But I'm telling you, everybody who's everybody today in this game, I've 80% worked with them. So, you know, at that time, yeah, I was happy about it. You know, I was happy about it. But at the same time, it's like, while he was creating himself, you know, I was getting, I got definitely a bringing on the platform. And in the background of that, you know, he showed me something, you know, Skepta was one out of other people there. You know what I mean? Big up Marcus Nasty as well. Big up Marcus Nasty here. Others as well, but Marcus Nasty, big them up because these guys were there, right? And you see what I saw? I need to go my glass. Yeah, these artists and these guys, right? You know what they're doing? They were building their own platform. You understand? They was there building their own platform, their own brand. In London, I've done a lot in London, you know, I'm doing dances all over London and stuff. But I'm in this island, these guys are here because it's a nice vibe there, you know, Ayia Napa is a busy vibe, loads of people all over the place, all over the UK. I saw something, he showed me that you can come here, create your brand or bring your brand and just work hard, obviously, but you can do it. I'm watching these man every Saturday go into this venue and they just...
Is that because the dance culture over there is huge?
Yeah, because
you're able to flourish.
Yeah. But obviously you need to be determined to do that, you know what I mean? And believe in yourself, you know what I mean? And they obviously believed in themselves or whatever, but they were showing me that ruthlessly able to go there and just do their thing. I said, you know what? I'm going to come here next year and do that. So in 2007, 2008, I was just there with DJ Quincy, you know, and that, yes, anyway, back to gigs. When gigs came, I didn't hear anything back in London to say gigs had this big song out. He had some big song out, which, you know, is the anthem now, Talking the Hardest. So I was like, right, gigs is coming. So, right, okay, gigs is coming. And then, he hadn't come to the island yet, so he actually touched down. And when he touched down, obviously, a lot of people was with him, people I know from back in the days. And I swear to you, Sasha, she's so mad, you know. I even spoke to Gigs about this, you know. But for me, I was so proud, you know, to see him, yeah.
You thought that was because it was someone from Peckham and, like, Peckham people, like, now had this?
Well, you could say that now. And I'm not saying, you know, man, we're icons then because you know what age we started it. So I couldn't really say that such because, you know why? Yeah, Giggs has been an icon from he was 10 to me, you know? just like myself, I guess, because we were, and we were signed, yeah.
And you knew what.
But like I said, I hadn't seen him for a while or nothing like that. And when I saw him being around some of the friends I've known from that young age, from 7, 8, seeing him, I was like, raw, yeah. So seeing him, I was proud to see him, and some of the people I ain't seen for a long time, like being all the way in Cyprus. You know what I mean? Imagine like you haven't seen a friend, and then, I'm seeing a poster saying, oh, Gigs is coming. And then, kid you not, when we went to the show on that very first night, I was, even though I was in the island as DJ Quincy, yeah, even though I was already DJ Quincy on the island, remember I'm already there, I'm already doing my thing there, you know what I mean? But to see someone I know coming there doing this whole thing by himself, remember I'm not rapping no more, I'm not doing music, he's still carrying on his music.
Because when Gigs first went getting shut down by a lot of these parties were getting shut down, and all these events were getting shut down, and obviously there was a lot of big whatever was going on. So seeing him out in Cyprus, knowing that this is going ahead, must have been excellent. Yeah,
well, that's what I was saying. Yeah. So obviously in the night he done the show. You can even watch that on, I think it's on YouTube. You can definitely see that on YouTube.
How did it go?
Yeah, that was the first time he performed Talking the Hardest. And he asked me how it felt when we won the competition. That's how it felt. You understand? So even though it's nothing to do with me, but I guess probably only I could feel like that, right? So everyone's happy. The whole venue was rammed. We know the whole world was happy, but I was to see, we say it now, right? I'm like, that's my guy. But then I wasn't the only one. There was a lot of Peckham people there, and trust me, whoever was there, trust me, they would know the feeling. It was mad, but it took me back to when I was young. I said, that, go on, my bro, go on. And then I was actually there.
Vybz Cartel, obviously. Yeah, I've seen sometimes he reposts your stuff.
Yeah,
when you was out in Jamaica, I've seen that Vybz Cartel's been reposting your stuff.
Yeah,
and to me, obviously, Vybz Cartel is a big artist.
Yeah.
He's one of the biggest artists in the world, lyrically.
Yeah.
So how did your relationship with him come? To me, I've gone on to YouTube. This is like a 20-year-old relationship.
Yep.
So how
music relationship? No, it was literally music, natural. It was natural.
How did you meet him?
I came across Vybz Cartel music from DJing. I met him here in the UK. I first met him in Harlesden when I was doing an interview with Bounty Killer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you bucked up on him right now?
Yeah, because Bounty Killer brought him here to the UK. Yeah?
So how did you and his relationship flourish?
Well, it happened naturally over music because, he was a new artist, and lucky enough for me, I heard him and I said, yo, this artist is good.
What would you do? Would you Choice FM then?
No way. That was Choice FM, no way. That was like 2002 at the time. I was in a pirate station at the time,
So you was playing his music?
Yeah, actually I was playing one of the songs. But like I said, I heard of him, just heard of him. Mm-hmm. But he was not the Vybz Cartel we know now. Mm-hmm. And he just wasn't, the big art killer was definitely introducing him to the world at times. He was being introduced. But I heard him. So yes, when he was in Harlesden, I kind of got a contact for him, and found out that he was still in London. He didn't go back to Jamaica with Bounty Killer. So I met him in Bounty Killer, in Brixton, sorry. I met him in Brixton, Vybz Cartel in Brixton. When I called him, that's where he was staying at the time. On Summer Leighton, Summer Leighton Estate. Yeah. That's where he was staying, in Summer Leighton. So I went and picked him up from Summer Leighton. And when he went to Acre Lane, he done me some dub plates, man. But a lot of people don't even know that when he was here, he was moving around in Ealing, and he was moving around in Wembley as well. So for those who don't know, that Vybz Cartel was in the UK for a while, moving around.
When you met him in Summer Leighton, what level was you and his relationship on?
Well, like I said, it was like simple. Just like I only just phoned him. He saw me in the radio station when he was with Killer. So when I called him, he's like, "Oh yeah, Quincy from the radio." He's like, "Okay," that made him,
inclined to work with you.
Yeah, it's just to link me because sometimes there's no internet for him to see me in pictures and all that. And then his phone, he told me where to go, and I swear it was so mad in my mind because my dad lives in Brixton, innit? So it's like a big part of Brixton. You know what I mean? Like some people, those who know, innit? But trust me, Brixton.
Yeah, because
Peckham is here and Brixton is here.
With
DVS, yeah. I used to go Saturday school with DVS.
Where was that?
That was in Tulsa, Dick Shepherd High School. No, Dick Shepherd was a bad high school back in the day still.
I mean, Saturday school, what was that?
It was a Saturday school, man, run by black people, man. Because I was a bit bad when I was young still, so I got sent there by my dad. You know what, that's so mad. I said to my dad, why did you send me there? But it's all good, That's why I met DVS. No, I didn't link up to do with him then. But this is how real childhood friendships start when I don't chat to Devious now. I don't chat to him in a normal day. You know what I mean? I've spoken to Devious for a long time and I would only hope he's okay. But I hadn't seen him for years after that. But I saw Devious when we was in our 20s and I didn't know he was Devious. You get it? So when we were small, he wasn't Devious, was he? He was just who he is. All right? But then in my 20s, I've heard of PDC and I was DJing, Sash, in Leicester Square. I never told this story before. In a club called Stanza. And in the crowd, we're in there now, DJing and talking to a girl by the bar, and then everyone's easy to just come in the dance. You know when like people come in the dance, like it was, Peckham or anybody come in, they're like, right, I'm at 28 here or something. So yeah, PDC, I'm just looking over. Obviously I'm a DJ, so firstly, and obviously I know a few of them from young. DBS ain't the only person I know from Angel Town, PDC or whatever. Because I know people from Mitesfield. I call it Mitesfield, Brixton Road. You know, we didn't call it Angel Town when I was going in the 90s, you know, and like being friends with some of those guys. My dad's barbershop was in Brixton Road. But anyway, so in the rave, as soon as I looked at the PDC, I saw you. I said, wait there, my guy, my friend, it was cool. So I'm just going up to him, like, but not like in a mad way. I was kind of got up to him, hoping like he would just look at me, you get me? But he just seemed like he was approachable, you know what I mean? So I kind of just went to him and said, yo, you're good fam, kind of thing. It just took 2 seconds for him to look at me. And I said his real name. And he just said my name. That was it. Just knew it was him, you know?
And you made it too?
But not straight away, no. That was like, what year did I think I saw him at 2007, but then we done a song in 2012. When we done the song in 2012. I'm grateful for him for that because, you see, he probably always knew how long I've probably done my thing because he know me from when I was young, I guess. But with DVS, like I said, when I approached him at the time and told him about the song, you know, he didn't have any sort of long thing about him. There was nothing. He's like, the way he done the song with me, who kind of just dealt with any time I talked to him about anything, just made me feel, he more or less, he give me more confidence, you know? Yeah, he like boosts my confidence.
To make music?
Yeah, not to make music, just whatever it was. Like if it's, you know, like it's obviously the song. So he was like, Quincy, no problem. Yeah, man, come, what time? Yeah, man, get with him, man. Just like, and even down to the video of that, you know. Yeah, man, let me give him a look of flowers here. He got me these places, penthouse.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he got me, in the video, he got me the penthouse, man. He got me the penthouse. And it's not like I needed him to get it. He's like this, he said this. I remember him saying, Quincy, what the video, Quincy? Yeah, right now. And furthermore, you know what? I got the pen, the rare tear, and you can use it if you want. It was just like, okay. And yeah, man, it was that. Only because
so you're working with
Scratch, and
you're on the album. You're working with him on the album.
Not on the album.
No, not on the album. You're working with him on the album.
Well,
as in he's working on his album, you're the DJ.
Yeah, okay. I understand, yeah. I like that. No, I like the way you break it down, Sasha, you know? I really like it. I like it.
So basically, how does it feel in 2024 knowing that one of the most iconic artists that are coming out of the UK, you're working so close alongside them? Well,
it just goes to all the other artists I work with who, you know, either, because you know, let's say this, you know, if I call for an artist, you know, sometimes nowadays anyway, which I find, because in my time, you know, like back in the day coming up, you know, when an artist is here, I phone everybody. Like even when I was with Vibes Cartel, I rang everybody, Sash. I ring everyone, you know, like, oh, an artist is here. So when Barton Killer was here, you know, again, you know, some people who had him around didn't, you know, probably involve me, you know, I don't really get involved. So like I said, you know, a lot of people who might think Quincy's on top of the world, or he knows everybody. If you guys knew half the things I did to, you know, get the contacts I do or to interview the people I do, Sash, is not easy. I tell you that now, it's not easy.
So you feel that you put in a lot of hard work and effort into your music? Definitely,
Sash, you know. And, you know, like I said, it's not easy. So how can I put it? These last few years, I felt that when artists come, when I used to, you know, come with an artist in the studio, you know, to do an interview or bring them to the radio station, it's a law which I learned when I was young. You phone all the DJs because, especially in dancehall, you've got to phone everyone because we need to make sure Mr. Vegas, Elephant Man, Beanie Man, Mr. Lex, you know, Wayne Wonder, I Octane, Vibes Cartel, you know, the whole of Portman Empire, Spice, Merciless, Shensia, all these people I've worked with, you know, you've got to make sure these artists is heard of, you know what I mean? So over the years, I got the opportunity to go on radio, BBC One and Choice and that, but I was doing underground radio before that and always, you know, phoning the other DJs, you know, going around in the streets with artists because that's how it works. So with Barton Killer, when he came with Baby Sham, no one called me. So what I did, Sasha, at first, I was like, let me just chill, because more time no one will call me anyway. So I thought, you know what, let me just try my magic and see what I can do like I usually do. And, I've texted a few people, and lucky enough, I got a response from whoever they were. You know what I mean? And yeah, the studio, I was meant to interview Bounty Killer and Shaman, was just having some difficulties at the time. So, it wasn't possible to use the studio. So I panicked a bit, Sash. But luckily for me, coming from where, the 90s, man's like an original sound boy. So yeah, I got to make the front room, welcoming enough and probably look good enough for them to actually come there and feel as comfortable as they were, to do the music, the interview and the performing, because when you watch that back, it reminded me a bit of being in Peckham.
It's really inspiring.
Ah, thank you.
When I saw it, to me, I was thinking, right, like obviously I know you, but I honestly saw it, and this just shows how connected you are.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't want no one to feel sorry for me, but I always say it's for you to know it, because it's important in these times. A lot of the things are scriptured, and a lot of things seem the same. There's nothing the same about me. And when I'm telling you, no, my thing doesn't work by just everyone knows Quincy, and yeah, man, he knows everyone, and I get all the contacts and I get all the bring-ins. No, it's not like that. So, it's very hard more time to get it. So when that happens, let's go back to another feeling, the feeling of when I won the competition, the feeling of seeing my friend, achieve his thing, Yes, so when Bounty Killer was coming to my house to do his interview, when he came in and I got to show him the record I bought when I was 10 years old in Jamaica, and for him to say, yeah, and when you watch that now,
you was knocking me off. I was thinking, guy.
Hey, I was like, yo, I was like, yo, man. Well, now when I watch it, man, you know what I mean? And to be funny enough, sorry, Sash, the whole world hasn't seen that. So let's pick it up again. Go watch Bounty Killer, Baby Sham, DJ Quincy special delivery podcast right now, because I've got my podcast as well, Sasha. And yeah, man. So you know what I mean. If for those then who might hear it and take it the wrong way, because like I said, there's nothing the same about me with everybody else. I try to be different.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it like this. I need some more support, I would like some more support, maybe within my podcast, a few more people to watch the podcast, a few more people, like, maybe people then, a few more DJs maybe to maybe play my songs, like they play DJ Khaled songs, Got the album out now. If you ain't asked me for a song, then cool, And you will know that I play doublets.
There's a problem in the industry where DJs coming from where you're coming from are not getting put on the platforms that they.
I wouldn't say that, It's like, it's just be as raw it is, because I keep getting told to talk raw. It's like this. There's a lot of fake DJs, man. You see me? I don't look at anybody else and say that I want to be like them or I want to be better than them, But I would definitely look at my elders and take learning from them, inspirations, and be inspired by them to know, to learn, and to be better myself, But there are apparent DJs then who can come across fake then, because you don't have to be like me, because you can't be me, you can't be like anybody else, you can be yourself. But within DJing, and it's like there's a certain law, and
what are
the laws are like this. It's like music, firstly, is music, innit? And being a DJ, it's like you don't have to work with another DJ, Of course you have to work with another DJ, but it's a bit like this, you respect who's before you, It's a bit like respect your elders, but we don't use that in DJing because some will take that offensive. It's called foundation. It's foundation within music and DJing. And those I saw before me, like I said, I didn't want to be anyone in particular.
You can't see it, things solid.
Well, when they're seeing it now, Sasha, congratulations to you, because you've got one of the most foundation people in the business sitting here right now talking about foundation. So let's tell them about it, innit? Foundation simply means that. And foundation's everywhere. But if you can be bothered to look for it, because we know in this world now, all you need is a phone now and YouTube, I guess, because YouTube has got everything you can see and hear, I guess. When we were kids, Sasha, that definitely wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I had to look for it,
Real life.
And great footballers now, great musicians, if probably
all the greats
play piano, not artists, should I say, because I'm not going to say all, but this is what my point I'm trying to get to is this. When you're trying to become something, it's a bit smart to study it, right?
Yeah.
So, for me, I'm seeing, talk about a few, Saxon, Coxon, Rodigan, Shashaka, rest in peace to him. These sounds and DJs were around when we were youth. You're seeing them. When I'm seeing them, in my mind. I didn't know I was going to be a DJ yet, but always in the back of my mind. So when I saw I was going to be a DJ, I said, you know what? I'm going to watch and listen to these iconic, from Foundation, even Stone Love, Stone Love, one of them Jamaican sounds and all that. I studied everybody when I was becoming a DJ. Myself, I have to respect these men firstly, yeah, from afar, even if I don't get to meet them. And lucky enough for me, DJ with all of them, Stone Love, Robbie Gwen, DJ with Tony Mataran, I played with Bodyguard, I played with Kilimanjaro, I played with greats, man. I played with the greats, lucky enough. But like I said, I achieved those over time. It's like God was making it happen for me. Because even a lot of my history, it happened way before it's time for me. Because I was so young when it was happening, and there was no internet, so they're not really glorified.
I know you're a parent, and I know you take a lot of pride in being a father. How has God impacted your career? How did you work around it?
You know what? Great question, Sasha. Great question, man. And you're talking about my daughter, right? Who are we talking about? Ashanti. See, that brings an instant smile to my mind, man. Because, man, once again, thank you for the podcast, and I'm glad I'm here to talk today. Because, yeah, man, we don't get to really talk about things other than music and DJs and on the music DJ. So let me talk about my daughter and being a dad. Yeah, man, it's so rewarding, being a father, so rewarding. And it was like, God sent me an angel. He sent me an angel, man. He sent me an angel, someone who never lets me down. And believe me, if you know me, and if you really know my story growing up, I needed someone, I needed someone. And that's my daughter. She's a big girl, a big woman. Yeah, man. How I did it, she inspires me. And I always had myself to inspire, but when I look at Ashanti, and when I always looked at her from she was born, I just look at her face. And
she's got your face.
Yeah, I kind of half see myself. And it's like this. She's so delicate as well. So it's like, I know that I've got to make sure she's safe. Yeah. So anytime I'm doing anything, I always be safe. And because I want to, it's just easy. It's easy, man. You know what I mean? It's easy. But then she'll grow up, she'll grow up. Man. But it's like,
how do you feel that seeing her flourish, like in the working environment and stuff? How does that make you?
Definitely proud, Sash, man. I believe that's my daughter, right? So, I can look at her like me to a certain extent and say to myself, boy, that's probably me, like that. If I were her, that's probably me. Trust me, because I'm half African as well, I'm half African. And it doesn't mean anything, but my African side of my family, both of my family are very
African
educated.
And half
Jamaican. Yeah.
Do you feel like you have to emphasize the fact that you're African over Jamaican?
Never. But I like to make sure, I pick up every culture, but yeah, man. And I say it more because I know what I mean when it comes to the education side, because both sides were definitely on the education, but my African side, my granny used to always say, education, whatever. So rest in peace, Gran. But she saw Ashanti, and just the way Ashanti smashed her education, man. Listen, Sasha, listen. And I don't say that like she's special more than anybody, but what I did for my daughter was this. I made her understand who I am, meaning that where I've come from and how I've kind of made it through life. I didn't want her to have to go through that way. And I just showed her that, do your schoolwork first. Because what I realized as well, that I wish I could have done my schoolwork, Sash, knowing that, you got, what, you just do that for a few years and then we've got all these years. What, you know what I mean?
We didn't know that.
We didn't know that. So, because we knew that after, with Shanti, I didn't force her to do nothing. I just told her the rule. And she for herself. When I get to come home from school, and she gets everything she wants only because she deserves it, right? Yeah, so when she comes from school, she just want to do her homework. So, you know what I mean? I ain't telling no one how to be a parent, but you see, when you have that relationship with your daughter or your child or whatever, your son, in my case, it just worked because it just makes her a better person. And she, for herself, she's telling you what she wants to do. You're like, okay. On Saturday, she wants to do maths, extra maths,
Even saying all the things that she's trying to, is that inspiring for you?
Yeah, well, definitely. Like I said, she inspires me. And I was getting to that point because from young, she used to inspire me because she look at me. And because I'm always trying to make it, you hear that people, I'm always trying to push. And in my head, I'm still trying to achieve. I don't see what other people see. And I know that there's so much more I want out of life. And I don't think I've got that. So she's my inspiration.
Say you're on your journey to get that? Are you working?
Sash, 2024, I've never said it. People say it to me. But this year, I'm saying it for some reason that this is my year, Sash.
There's energy this year.
This is my year, man. This is my year. So big up everybody else. And I always help and big up everybody else. But I even get told off sometimes for saying some of the things I haven't achieved and not achieving. And I don't want to do it this year. So this Nah, man, it's 2024. It's DJ Quincy's year, innit, Sash? Come on, man. It's DJ Quincy's year, you know.
For years, you've always had that very high energy drive. Do you feel that
just need the money drive, now.
Do you feel that level of energy got you where you are today? Because I've noticed, especially when it comes to DJing, it isn't normally a lifelong career. People normally drop out or pick it up later on.
Exactly.
The fact that you've been going on for this duration, how does that make you feel? And is it are you able to encourage others to get into this industry?
Well, I think soon there has to be a podcast about DJs and everything, because in my own right, I can talk about any subject of music. Because inspiring others, that's what I hope I've done from I was 9-10 years old. So yes, I go out my way sometimes.
You encourage them to get?
I go out my way to make music. I go out my way to go to Jamaica. I go out my way to introduce the next DJ, the next artist, for the next DJ to see that I do that, be inspired by it, and no, not follow Quincy and be Quincy, because you can't be me like that. But anybody can go to Jamaica and interview an artist. Anybody can play an up-and-coming artist.
Who is the artist that made you feel like you were doing the best job?
Man, you see, like you've even asked me that session. It's quite sad that I can't even say one. But let me tell you why. I have a close relationship with a lot of artists musically. Yeah, because I work with so much artists, and it's like this. I never get to have the conversation. So you know what that means? It means this. I've met artists from their first day, Sash. You know that? Like I've seen artists in their house, when they're cooking for their kids. I've seen artists call me and ask me to pick them up. You know what I mean? I've seen artists, say to me, Quincy, you know what, boy, this is what I have, and I'm just trying this, and we're doing this, Yeah, man, whatever you got to do your thing, and I'm here supporting it. But when I say I never get to finish it, because let me elaborate, it's like this. So I've seen artists go from this to that. Yeah, many, right? But not a lot of them, they may be that busy to stop, maybe to have a conversation with DJ Quincy, man. Whether it's like an official invite to their video shoot.
I feel like the whole DJ, the industry, the artist cannot succeed without DJing, because even if you're a TikTok artist, who's going to play you in the club?
That's what I'm saying. So, like I said in it, I can't answer and say who's my favorite artist is right now, because I don't want to sound in a way. And I probably could never answer that.
But because you've worked with so...
Well, look, all right. I was going to finish in it, so let me elaborate on it then. Like on this, I don't get to finish saying me in this, because when I start with them, you might be very much in contact. You understand? And then sometimes you don't see when it goes joke for an artist and touring on top of the world. But I will always see the song, and I will always play the music, and I will always go out my way, play on a radio station, tell you about it on the phone if I had to. Like we were talking about music, the latest rave, or go on internet tweet. I might post it from my heart. I might go to Jamaica and talk about it. I might go to INAP and talk about it. But then, whilst these artists, some of them might be doing that. Some of them are really busy, but a good 80% of them I have not seen whilst they've been at the top. To kind of be like, you or whatever, or stayed in contact enough for me to say, Sasha's asked me this question, and right now it's da-da-da, So, what I mean? And then look, I work with Vibes Cartel, he's been incarcerated, but we have some conversations sometimes where it could be life-changing, could be life-changing. When we talk on the phone, and he keeps the link with me, he talks about things like writing songs, Sasha. Like he says things where people out, who are not in jail, who are very much here, don't have to, but don't talk to me about, or even invite the conversation.
Do you find that people in jail, not necessarily Vibes Cartel, where they've got that time to extra, super wise now? They've Vibes Cartel coming out of jail is more peak.
Of course. Yep.
And when a man's had time, he is the most powerful force.
Well, same. So going back to that topic, when he's telling me things, he's been telling me and stuff. Maybe if he were out, I don't know what lies when he actually comes out, if he does, and I'm hoping he does come out, because I've got a song out of him which I done in 2012. You can get that now. Love to Gallon. That's out now. You got the video for that as well. I did that when he just got locked up. So imagine then, if he didn't get locked up, and we did the song. You've seen Popcorn, right? You've seen the Portmore Empire. You've seen Spice. In Cartel's right, he's worked with a lot of people, but I'm not saying that was my journey, but that is the history I have. The history I have is being Vibes Cartel was the last big artist to work with, I guess, then, innit? Even though he was in Jamaica. So look,
I would say not big, international.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes these words, we overthink them. So yes, international, whatever you want to call him, big artists, yeah? But then what I'm saying is this, when I'm going to finish it, was like, he's still inside now. You know, I've recently come back from Jamaica and just putting out on your podcast, because you're getting a lot of exclusive today. So, you know, whether we're talking a lot or not, you know, I don't do many podcasts. So think of this as an exclusive podcast right now with Sasha, because it is, yeah, right? What you're hearing is exclusive, because you've seen me with Vice Cartel's lawyer. No, but you've seen me with the lawyer, right, Sasha? You've seen me with the lawyer.
Yeah,
with Sasha
definitely.
With Barkley the other day at the prison. So I'm here now at Sasha's podcast. So what I'm saying, Sasha, is like this. You know, I done that stuff in Jamaica, but it wasn't intentional. I went there to do some other work in Jamaica. But how can I put it then? I wasn't going to see Vibes Cartel, but because I let him know I was, he was like, no problem. So that showed me this, you know, he's still keeping it loyal, you understand? So lately, you know, I work with a lot of people, but, you know, out of all the artists, Vibes Cartel's not around. So maybe when Each comes out, I'm not saying I'm going to be his DJ, but these are things we talk about. I DJ for many artists, and I don't like to get tied to any DJ, you know what I mean? But you can imagine in his own right, because I've known him since 2002, before probably many of the DJs I work with now, he's probably always felt that way, you know, like, yo, Quincy, I want to my selector then. So we don't know if he comes out. That might be the plan. And then without me maybe stuttering, Sash, I'll probably tell you this, Vibes Cartel is that artist.
You able to send me some of the voice notes?
Sash, you know, we've got some new songs coming out. I've got a new song coming out with him, all right? Let me tell you the problem.
I'm going to get one or two at least.
She's talking about the jingles she hears in the show. Yeah?
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
The jingles. Come on, don't worry. Don't worry. But like I said, Sash, we've got some new music with Cartel coming out. Let me tell you a little issue. Not a big issue, but I'm sure it's going to happen because the album just come out.
Yeah.
And why some of my music don't get its traction. Because I didn't want to have to say these things, but you might as well talk. Some artists, I don't know what they see when they see me doing the music. They get see, like, oh. I'm like, bro, what's wrong? In my own right, I've done music years ago, and I'm not trying to be like that. I'm not trying to be like
But this album's a compilation of all your...
Just songs, yeah, but still. But what my point is this going forward, because this is what it's Sasha now. I'm trying to achieve some nice songs, some nice music to put out. So what comes with that is this. I'm going to have to call some artists now and the tracks. Remember, for support, but for the track and for their own good. Because say it was America now.
It's a two-way thing.
If it's America, you got Drake in the track, you got Chris Brown in the track. Wicked. My plan over here is to do something like that, you know?
Yeah.
You know, get Wayne Wonder in the track. You know, we could get one of the rappers to go with him one day. You know, not saying any names, but you know, something like that.
Yeah.
It could be Skeng, it could be Skilly Bang. And because of not saying that's going to happen, but you know, imagine this now: Vibe Cartel comes out of jail. You know, you might say something like Quincy. You know what?
So you got big plans.
I seen you doing your work in the UK. Who's from Peckham, Sash? Who's from Brixton? From Tottenham? Who's the next talent? You know, not just Cos Cartel, but he's always willing to help out. So that's someone within the camp. So we've got dance, we've got amapiano, we've got gospel. There's a lot going on. But that's all for the production. You know what I mean? So
how do you feel working, John?
Well, we was born in London, innit? So we've known them all from here. So definitely, you know, always happy, comfortable, man. It's normal to me, man. You know what I mean? I've got even certain tunes on my Spotify right now, on Spotify and iTunes that I've done years ago with certain people. SMI, you know, that's like a dance track. I've got a grime song actually. You know, you know what, Fro, let's talk about it. We've got a grime song that came up a couple of weeks ago, Soundboy, featuring who else is on that? Screw Fizzer, the grime artist, Johnny Cash, Ridges on there. Let's say Flirty D. Yes, Suavo, Dirty Skanks is on there. That's out now. Big up Charms as well. That's out now on Spotify. Yeah.
So I know you do your own dances. How accessible are they for everyday?
I'm so glad you asked me that, Sash, man. Because you see, behind being DJ Quincy or one individual, you know, I don't have any team, you know. I try and build teams. I try and get friends. Through my whole career, I've put people on, whether it's an artist, a DJ, whether it's somebody who could take photos or be admin for me. It's long. So I put things on hold. So I haven't done any raves for a while. My last thing was my birthday party last year. So special delivery now, I've kind of taken the rave and bring it online. You see, when I go on my TikTok and my Instagram and do my show, I kind of bring special delivery online. Yeah, so special delivery is my show I do on TikTok.
But that's really accessible for us. I like it.
Yeah, on Instagram. And what I do on there, I don't know if you know, it's my hashtag, which is DM for promo. So special delivery is a show, you know, we play music on there. And it's like, you know, it's got kind of like a ravey vibe in the background, but I still keep it professional. But the backbone of it is new music. I'm always playing new music. So I'm promoting new music. I might be promoting someone's clothing line as well. and somebody's brand or something like that, you know, because people always ask me to do that. So I made it my duty to just do a weekly show, special delivery like that. But back to the rave, you know, I've been walking around in Peckham, looking at all these different venues to bring back some of my brands, some of my events, because that's very important. You know, I played a big part in keeping events and that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of mad as well, so because a lot of DJs
are people still able to
book me. That's what I say. A lot of DJs are about to say, like, look, I don't even want to sound like I'm complaining because I'm very busy as a DJ. Yeah, to a certain extent, you know. But
you're always booked.
Yeah, but I do a lot of private stuff, yo. So you don't really see me on many club flyers.
So can all people book you
me
privately?
Yeah. So yes, yeah, people can book me privately. That's what I do most of the time, yeah. But I would like some more bookings in the clubs because, how can I put it? Who was it who opened every club in London? Huh? Who was the first few DJs to do that? Me and loads of others. So we opened up a lot of these clubs for it to be open now, for the scene to be open now, for the next DJ to do it, and for the promoters from then to currently promoting and be winning. But I never ever did that at discounted prices for free, you know, and include a lot of people for it to reach in 2024 when I'm going online, seeing all these things happening. No one doesn't call Quincy. So yes, you can call me. You know, the link is in my bio, my Instagram, and then go on my website, djquincyuk.com. And my Instagram is UK, TikTok, SoundCloud, everything. But my website,
him there. He's got his face there.
So yeah, man, you can book me. You know what I mean? And Sasha, you know that, because you know, when I was doing the songs as well, I done a lot of these things as well, and the music as well, to give it a package. So you can look at Quincy a bit like a David Guetta or Calvin Harris. So if you book me for Wireless, you book me for, you know, some of these festivals you see at DJ Quincy, and you know, you might bring some artists. You don't know what to expect. So that's what promoters don't get. Like when you book Quincy.
So do you have like a booking form or venue?
Yeah, so go on the website, djquincyuk.com, and everything is in there. Yeah, everything is in there, man.
Thank you so much for coming to see us. I really appreciate it.
Hey, listen, Sasha, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
So in relation to your album, the listeners, they can listen. Where do they find it?
Well, the album's everywhere, Sasha. It's everywhere, man. It's everywhere. iTunes, obviously, firstly, Spotify, YouTube. And what I say is, guys, it's not just about me. This album here is about the UK, and it's always been about the UK. It's been about the UK ever since I started in the 90s. It's always been about the UK, where if it can inspire someone, be inspired. And the whole reason for it is this. I'm about to produce, so I need some talent. Singers, rappers,
dancers. You
know what I mean? Musicians, really. Mainly musicians still, but we always need dancers for the video.
Okay, sorry.
But musicians. It's cool. So don't worry. Yeah, man. Remember, you know, Special Delivery Entertainment is the label, I guess, and obviously UK dance and music. So yeah, man, we need talent. And Sasha, you know what? Let me quickly throw it in. I've got some new songs coming out. I've got a gospel song coming out with a gospel artist. I'm not singing on it. No, it's just the artist. Just like if it was.
When you say you're not singing on it, what are you doing on it?
Well, you know, when you see DJ Khaled in the video and he says, "We the best," I'm saying, "Me are the best." I'm checking now. So I'm just in the video with the artist because I would have produced it, you know? Okay. Because yes, I'm producing now. You know what I mean? But I thought it was smarter to use, you know, the DJ Quincy flair.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what's happening because we've been doing that. I've been doing that in my own right. And artists, if you're hearing this now, I've always want to do that. So when you see me doing music, I only ever did it for the dancehall and with the plan going forward, you know? And in my own right, I've always been an artist. Sasha, big up yourself. You don't know, follow me, DJ Quincy, on everything, yeah? DJ Quincy, everything. And you don't know, big up the KMT podcast, yeah? You don't know, don't let me kiss my teeth, you know? All right.